a question.
Hit me.
So this is really interesting because I sat down with an ophthalmologist last week, and he buys amniotic membranes, and he looked at my price sheet and he's like, no, you're about $50 more per membrane. And I said, okay, well, what's the most important thing to you? Is it service or is it quality? He said, honestly, it's price because of the reimbursement, because they're dealing with insurance. So I did resend him out the price list, and he's like, give me till Monday to, get back to you. I haven't heard from him yet, so I'm going to call him today. So with that said, like, if he comes back and says, oh, your price is higher, is that my opportunity to say, well, what do you think that is? Or like, how do I get around that when really the ultimate thing for this doctor is the price?
Yeah. So we can't go back in time, but if we could, I would take a page out of the Easton University book and a page out of this, probably John Fitzgerald's favorite thing with Easton University. But what I would have said in that meeting, you be the doctor and say the thing you said about I'm going to ask you, well, what's most important to you with this? And you answer the way the doctor did.
Well, quite frankly, because of the reimbursement.
When you say
I'm getting 100% reimbursement.
Sure. So when you say the price is the most important thing to you, you're saying that's all you care about is the price?
Yeah, because amniotic membranes are the same no matter who you order them from.
Amniotic membranes are the same?
Yeah.
You've never had problems with quality? You've never had problems with the orders getting there on time? You've never had it hold up your office?
Yeah, I'm sure you have a great product, but again, price is the most important because of the reimbursement. And when we're working with Medicare and commercial insurance, we're not getting 100%. We're maybe getting 60 to 80% reimbursement. And because I'm ordering 120 of these a week, the price is the most important.
Yeah, and when you say you're ordering 120 a week, just out of curiosity, what are you paying right now for those?
About $150.
And Joanne, what's our cost? How much more are we?
$210.
Okay. And what was your biggest reason for having this call with me today?
Well, you just walked into my office and asked to meet with me, so I was available. So you got lucky.
Yeah, sure. It makes perfect sense. It seems like you're in a spot where, hey, membrane quality is not a concern for you. Getting it there on time is not a concern for you. Having the service side is not a concern, and you just want buccal membranes, cheapest price there. And it seems like you're pretty happy with your current vendor right now.
Yeah, but if I could get a better price, I'd be willing to work with you.
Sure. Yeah, in terms of getting the better price, we're probably not going to be the best fit for your operation because we focus on the highest quality membranes, getting everything there on time or ahead of schedule, and making sure that your clients, that you have the right membranes to service your clients so that you're not having to reschedule surgeries, you're not having things blow back on you in terms of we had the wrong membrane. And those are kind of the bigger problems that we solve so that the office can operate more effectively and you can service more patients and get more positive reviews for the office and grow there. Make sense?
Yeah, okay, I'll let you to try.
Say again?
I'll take 2 of them. I want to try your product.
Yeah, perfect. Usually, to really get a good sample, we recommend doing 5 to 10, but I can do 2. Which would you rather do?
2.
Okay, perfect. I'll send you over 2 right now. There'll be a link for the ordering in there. Fair enough? And I don't know your process, but that's how I would walk it through. And here's the thing. You guys are like, well, crap, he lost that sale. That is okay. That's what we started on the beginning of this conversation is you don't need Easton University. You don't need sales coaching. If your strategy is, I'm $200 for a membrane, this guy's telling me, which, by the way, I don't want to say anything bad about our clients, our doctors, our patients, they lie, right? And you got to call them on that lie sometime. You know? Hey, just out of curiosity, why are we talking? Well, because you walked in here today. That is complete garbage. If they were totally happy with their membranes, right, and totally happy with that $150 price, they wouldn't just take random meetings. Unless they were so concerned about price that they're going to talk to every single rep that comes in and try and get that 150 to 125, that 125 to 100. And that is one that I always used to say to myself, man, I hope my competition finds their way to them. Right? Because good, I'll let my competitor get in there because it's going to be it's going to be a toxic relationship, right? I want the sales rep that I'm competing with to work with that physician because guess what? They're going to have to lower their price from 150 to 125 to get the business, and then that physician 6 months later is going to be like, I need it to be 100, and then that's the same physician that's going to be like, I want a refund on these 4 membranes. You want to be like, hey, we solve big problems. Right? This is what we're about, and that's where you need to have your net outcome statement. When you need the right membrane at the right time so that your business is not affected and you're able to complete these surgeries on schedule, we all know what it costs to set everything up, get a patient to sit there, and then you don't have the right membrane and the whole operation is botched. These are the kind of things that you lose all of the value in whatever savings you had if just once or twice a year this happens. Just out of curiosity, has that ever happened with you? Well, yeah. How often does it happen? What happens when that happens? Well, we have to reschedule. Got it. How do the patients feel when it's rescheduled? Right? Well, not good. Have you ever had a bad review because something didn't show up and you didn't have a membrane or a tool? Yeah. What do you think the cost is of that on your business? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. If you were to think about it, what would you think it would be? Well, I don't know. We're probably losing a couple patients a year because of that. When you say a couple patients, what's the value of a patient? $2,600 to $5,000. Got it. I'm confused. What are you confused about? Well, in order to save that $50 per membrane, you're running the risk of 4 or 5 times a year losing $2,000 to $5,000. Plus, you're running the risk of losing all of your overhead for setting up this. Does it make sense to give this a try? Because I realize it's going to be an extra $50 there, but we want to put your practice in a place where you guys have the right membrane at the right time so that we are not the holdup. We are not the bottleneck. Your supply is not the problem. Right? We want to make sure that you guys are able to operate effectively there in your office. Well, no, it doesn't make sense. I'm into the cheapest. Hey, I get it. We're not for everybody. If things change or you get a bad membrane in here, give me a call. Right? I will be here in 10 minutes. Right? Okay, cool. And then you're going to find that person's going to call you back. Adil, you had a question. Sales reps, managers, business owners, entrepreneurs, what I'm about to tell you, this is going to hurt, but trust me, it will be well worth it. I want you to think back to that excitement you had when you first got started. Maybe it was your first day. You thought about all of the lives that you were going to change with your amazing product, your business, your service, your solutions. And hey, let's be honest here, you were going to make a lot of money in the process of helping people, helping businesses change their lives. But it didn't work out exactly that way, did it? If you're anything like me, if you're anything like most people in sales, you found it was just a little bit more difficult to close those deals than you thought, or maybe you're struggling right now. Now, I warned you, this is the part that's going to hurt, but in order for this to work, you and I need to be honest with each other. I want you to think about all the reasons that you're not hitting your targets, all the reasons you're not making the sales that you had anticipated making. Is it the economy, your competition, your territory, your pricing? Maybe it's your manager, your product, your service, your solution. Here's the part that's going to hurt. There's a 94% chance it is none of those, and it's time you face reality. The reason why you have to work so hard just to close a single deal has nothing to do with the economy, nothing to do with your competition, your territory, your manager, your product, your price, your service. The reason why it's so hard for you is you simply haven't learned a better sales process. But wait, you've had sales training from your company. Yeah, I did too. You've read some sales books. I read just about every single one of them. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, well, I was always born a salesperson. Nobody is born knowing how to sell more than they're born knowing how to speak Cantonese or fly an F-22 fighter jet. And by the way, the right sales process is a lot easier to learn than a language or flying an airplane, but you still have to learn it. My name is Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University, and if you'll let me coach you, I can show you how to sell more than you've ever imagined without being pushy, without being manipulative, without following some super complex system where you spend more time trying to figure out what stage your deal is in than actually closing deals. If you will let me coach you, you will never, ever, ever, ever find yourself blaming the economy, your products, your price, your manager, your territory, your competition again, because you're gonna be in total control of the sales process and the outcomes. I've devoted my life to unlocking the perfect sales process, and I want to coach you the same way I've helped thousands of other people in the exact same position that you are right now sell a reported $3.47 billion, yeah, that's billion with a B, over the last 12 months. I've been where you're at right now. I know how to help you. I can show you in just a matter of minutes what will take you years of trial and error to learn on your own. Now, if you've made it this far, but you're saying to yourself, it can't be that simple, just trying a new sales process alone will not get me to where I want to go. I know exactly what you're feeling. I said those exact same things, and I was wrong. Having the right sales process changed absolutely everything for me. So I want you to do me and yourself this favor and spend just a minute or two over at eastonuniversity.com checking out what we've built. Now, if you spend a couple minutes and you decide that our coaching can't help you, it can't help you change everything about your career, everything about your life, no harm, no foul. You can continue to do things the way you're doing them right now. But just imagine, what if you head over to eastonuniversity.com right now and it connects with you? What if it is that simple? Suddenly everything starts to make sense and everything changes for you. Your career, your income, your goals, your company. You start heading in the direction you always thought you could. Isn't it worth taking a couple minutes and seeing if that might be the case? Easton University is more than a platform. It's more than live coaching with me. It's your future, and you and your future are worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you and I have met each other, and I look forward to seeing you over at eastonuniversity.com right now.